Good morning everyone and welcome to Vlogmas day 23. It's the day before Christmas. This was always my favorite day as a kid. As you can see, my skin is so much better. I just sat on a toy. It feels amazing. Obviously, it's super dry and like you could see, it looks like scrape marks, but this is what my skin looks like after I get microneedling. So I know it's just so uphill from there or from here. My sister is coming over today. We're going to be hanging out. I kind of want to do a video with her where we talk about specific things. And I've had this idea for a while, so maybe we'll do it today. Because if you guys watched the video where I surprised her for her birthday with her dream designer bag, I said she's been going through something and a lot of people were asking what's up. Not that she's gonna be giving any details, but I feel like we could talk about specific things and give advice and stuff. So Boo is over here chewing his bone. Christmas tree looks so pretty, the snow outside. I'm here with my Christmas socks and everything is decorated so pretty. And today's gonna be a good chill day. Oh my god, look at this video, Alex. Crystalia. His face. Say hi. Hi. Kyla's here. Just a little disclaimer, guys. This video is going to be very long because we're going to be talking about some real crap right now. So how was this past year for you? Well, do you think people are even gonna care to watch this? I don't know, who cares? This is more of a diary for ourselves, and if, you know, we could talk about things that I feel like a lot of people go through when they're your age. Yeah. When you like graduate university or college, you still don't really know what you want to do with your life, you feel lost. Like, does anyone else feel like if you're going through graduating university and you just like don't know what you want to do with your life and you feel depressed because it's like you spent all this time working really hard to graduate and you've only worked like part-time jobs, or like even some people, I guess they work full-time jobs, but like when you graduate and you just have like no money and it's depressing and like trying to like figure out what you want to do and but also like knowing that you're older now because you spent so much time in university and like it's like you want to save up but you also have to get a job and you have things to pay off, and it's like you know that the job that you're gonna probably have to get to pay off your stuff is like not what you want to do, slash you don't even know what you want to do. And I feel like a lot of people go through that and they feel lost, and I feel like that's a normal feeling. Like I have friends in that situation right now that are, you know, 2 years your senior, 2-3 years your senior, that are still lost. And like they go from job to job and they're like, this isn't what I studied, or maybe what I studied isn't actually what I want to do, or oh my god, I hate being in debt, this sucks. And I feel like that's a pretty normal feeling for somebody in their 20s. Yeah, it sucks. Think about it, you spend your whole life in school when you're like from a young child, and everything is so structured in school. Like you're not the one that's making the schedule, it's already done, you're just told what to do. And then when you graduate and you're like in the real world, it's not like that. Yeah, like I don't know how the school system is like elsewhere in the world. I wish for us they had more courses of like how to pay your taxes, how to save up properly for a car, how to save your money properly, like that kind of stuff. I wish they taught that from an early age, like high school. Well, Kyla's going through this right now, but I'm saying that's pretty common, and I know probably a lot of you guys are going through it. It's so depressing. Or have gone through it or will go through it. It's a normal feeling. Like feeling lost in your 20s is so normal. Does anyone else like care what other people think to like it's like it's bad? Because I feel like that's my problem. I'm doing the Instagram thing, right? And I really like it. Like I really like it and it pays well. But then a lot of the times, you know, I have free time, and then if people ask me like, oh, what do you do like for a living? Like what are you doing now that you've graduated university? And I always just used to tell people like I'm in school, I'm studying in university, and like that was good enough, and like people would just be like, oh, okay. And then now they're like, oh, like what do you do like now that you've graduated? And I'm like, oh, I'm a model, like online, and influencer, and like people literally look at me like they're like, oh, you're just a stupid girl that like has no brain, or you just take pictures for a living, like what? And people are like so judgmental, like so quick to judge. And for some reason, I just let it get to me so bad, and that's why I wasn't like consistent with posting, and I would always like look at my pictures and be like try to like see anything that's wrong with my pictures, when like the reality is like someone's scrolling in their feed, they see a picture that they like or they don't like, and they double tap it or they just keep scrolling and they don't think twice about it. And like for me, it was like I would look at my picture over and over again. I was always so insecure. I was always like, oh, but if I post this, are people gonna think it's weird? Is it gonna do well and stuff?
You know what I hear?
Does it make sense what I'm saying? I feel like I'm like...
No, it makes sense. But what I hear is someone who is lost and who cares a lot about what other people think.
Yeah, and it's bad.
Because everything you just said was about, oh, someone judges me for this, or someone thinks I'm stupid, or someone doesn't like my picture. It's always about what other people are thinking about you. Yeah. Where in reality, like, I do the same thing as her, and I have no problem being like, I'm an online influencer, or I'm a...
But you also work your ass off, and you film YouTube videos. Like, you have stuff to be proud of.
But it doesn't matter.
Whereas for me, I feel like people are always just like, oh, like, what?
But Kyla, like, you used to have a YouTube channel. You used to do all this stuff, and you still cared what people think. It's just personality-wise, you care a lot more about what people think. And I think that's your downfall, because it stops you from doing things because you're scared that people are going to judge you for doing something.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, I live my life, like, people are going to judge, and, like, I don't care. Like, when I started YouTube, everyone made fun of me. It was not a cool thing. Now, a lot of people want to do it. Again, people still judge, but, like, I just live my life, and I share what I want to share online, and that's it. And in life, it's really hard when you are feeling really lost, you're feeling down, and everything you do, you just feel like it's not good enough, or I have no money, I have no this. But just know, everybody goes through it. There's always people that are gonna be a bit better. There's always people that are gonna be a bit worse. Instead of focusing on the people that are better or worse, try to just focus on yourself, because I think personally that's the best thing that you can do. Because as soon as you start working for yourself and you stop caring about what society thinks you should be doing, or how much money you should be making, or where you should be at this point in your life, screw all of them, work on yourself, and eventually your life will fall into place. There is no structure to life. Life does not have to be a specific way. I feel like that is so old school thinking. You create your own future. You go to bed with yourself every single night. You don't go to bed with all these random people or your family. In the end, it's you that matters, and if you're doing something to make everyone else happy and not yourself, you're not gonna be happy later on in life. You need to make yourself happy.
It's not fun, because like when you care what people think, it's not like you could just, even talking about it right now, let's say, like,
are you nervous that they're gonna judge you for thinking this?
No, because that's what I'm trying to get at, is that I'm starting to care less and less, and I'm starting to be, not that I'm starting to care less and less, I'm just becoming more confident.
That's good.
So I recently, like a year ago, I broke up with my boyfriend, and obviously it was like really hard for me, because like you're going through a breakup and like just wasn't the best person in the world.
Do you want to keep that energy on?
I don't care. Like, I'm not gonna say what he did, but he's just like, he did things that like really hurt me, and
I feel like it broke you.
Yeah, it completely broke me. And so like I broke up with him, and like I thought I was fine, because I didn't, regardless of like what he did, I didn't want the relationship to work anymore. Like I was already half in, half out, but like more like mentally I was more out. Like I just didn't want to be in a relationship with him anymore. And then I found some things out, and I was just like, you know what, screw this guy, like we're done. But that was 4 years of my life that I was with this guy. So that's like 4 years of me like trying to make it work and stuff. Over the first few months, I was, you know, like I was in that phase. I've wanted to be single for a while. I'm having fun. I'm gonna go on vacation. It'll be good for my Instagram. It'll grow. I'll get really sick content. It kind of backfired. Well, no, I would never take that back for anything. But obviously, you know, like I spent a lot of money, and like a lot of the money that I had saved up was just like gone towards those trips. Now I'm like in a predicament where it's like, okay, I've graduated university, like I need to start saving my money, which I'm doing, but it's just, you know, like it takes a while, and slash I don't know if this is really what I want to do, but I keep going off topic. So anyways, I feel like that whole breakup just like kind of destroyed me, and I went through a phase where I was like, I don't trust anyone. Like, you can't trust people. To really not trust people is the worst feeling in the world, by the way.
I've never experienced that,
It's the worst feeling in the world, because you legitimately, like, there's nothing anyone can say or do. Like, you just have to let time
pass, and eventually like I was lucky, like I got over it. Like now I'm like realizing there are good people. It took a while, and like that was probably the hardest time for me, and like I turned to drinking. Like I would just drink a lot of alcohol, and I wouldn't do it all the time, but when I did drink, it would like change me. I would turn into like this different person. Like my anger would come out, and I was very confused, very insecure. I felt super alone. Like I felt like nothing I said to anyone, like no one understood how I was feeling, and it was frustrating. And
that must be hard.
Well, because it was like with everyone, like you can't talk to people about it because you just feel like I could tell you and you could try to help me or you could try to understand, but like you're not feeling it. So like in the end, you don't know. I just felt super alone, and like everyone that was around me just seemed so happy and like had everything together. And I was just like, oh my God, this is gonna sound so bad. But like I was never suicidal, but I was just like, I just want to die right now. Like this is the worst. Don't know what I want with my future. The person that I thought I would end up with turns out to be this extremely selfish, like pathological liar. I needed to save my money, needed to work hard. I cared too much, people thought. I started drinking. It was just like I had a lot of, yeah, I just like went downhill, and like now I'm trying to pick myself up, but like going through that made me realize how much that guy like really messed with me.
When you feel that feeling, I mean, I'm not saying this for people that are literally going through depression and are literally suicidal, but I feel like in your case, it wasn't, oh my God, I want to die. It was, you feel that feeling, but it's like you don't actually want to die. My therapist actually explained this to me. You feel like you want to escape that moment so bad. You're in free fall, and you're just like, I want this feeling, this moment to end. I just want it to end. You like need an escape, but it's not like you don't actually want your life, the rest of your life, to end.
No,
it's just like this moment needs to end right now. Like I hate this feeling, I hate this moment. I get that, you know, it's understandable given what you went through. And I feel like it's not just that. Like there's a lot of things that happened throughout our life that was really hard. You know, we had a year in 2010 that was really hard on the both of us. We experienced a lot of death in our life. Things you experience that you don't really deal, that you're like, oh, I'm fine, and you push down, you push down, you push down, and you keep going, you keep trekking, and then something affects you that wouldn't normally affect you that much, but you're like, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. You push, you push, you push, and then something else, and you're like, you know what, it's okay, but you know, it's starting to come up, and then something small happens, and you're like, oof, I'm right here, and then all of a sudden you just break. Because you can't,
that's what happened to me.
You just can't hold it like this anymore. And this feeling, this pushing down feeling is bad. Like that's hard.
Well, that's what I was doing the first few months, and like we were traveling, and it wasn't really on my mind, and I was just thinking to myself, like, I could do whatever I want, I could talk to whoever I want, I can have fun. Everything was all great and everything, and then I was just suppressing my true emotions, and then it came out. It like just exploded. Like it was really bad. Like the amount of times I went home and like mom would just like, thank God for mom. Like I would literally just be crying for hours.
Kyla called me on during a really rough morning she was having a year ago when she found out something that her boyfriend had done, and I went over right away to just like be there with her. But I remember thinking on the car ride over, what can I say or do to help her feel better right now? And I realized nothing I can say or do is gonna get her out of this feeling right now. I just need to let her know that I'm there, because I feel like that's just the most you can do.
Yeah.
And whether it helps or not, you're there. You just need to feel like they need to feel like they have an emotional connection or outreach, that they have a support system that's there, that's, you know, available for them. Because
it's scary to face the truth.
It is, definitely. I mean, I've been there. YouTube was my escape. YouTube was the thing that helped me cope with my issues and my problems, and you know.
Yeah.
I just think that you need time to help heal. You need to regain your confidence again because it was shattered.
I'm at the point where it's like, I was with the guy for so long, and like before him, I had another boyfriend for a while, and like I don't want to be that person that's just gonna like jump from one relationship to another. Like I'm 25. I had just turned 24 when I went through the breakup, and I was like, you know what? Enough of this. I want to find like the person I want to be with for the rest of my life. Like I just want to work on myself and learn about myself as a person. You do the most growing when you're on your own. At that point now where it's like I'm used to being single, and I'm like accepting of it, and I actually really like it. Like I really like being on my own now. It took me a while to like really feel confident and comfortable and get used to not having someone constantly there. Now I'm finally, I don't know if you've noticed a difference, but like
I have in certain ways. For sure. Other ways, I mean, life is a growing experience, right? You're never gonna be 100% perfect.
Oh yeah, no.
But I definitely have noticed a big difference. And
I'm not like dependent on people as much. I'm not dependent on like other people to make me happy. Like I know at the end of the day it's me, and like I've come to terms with it. And Also, with everything that has been going on in my life that made me break, I was very self-destructive. You still like have to take responsibility. That's what I'm standing by. That's my opinion, and I stay true to it. Like this morning I was talking to Dad and I was like, you know what? My ego wants to blame things on other people and be like, oh, maybe if this person didn't do this, or maybe if this didn't happen, or if this person wasn't this way. And I was thinking that to myself, and then I was like, it's no one's fault but your own, Kyla. It's you. And the second you actually just take responsibility, it's kind of like a weight is lifted off your shoulders.
Well, I think there's certain things like that are not your fault. Like you couldn't have controlled what your ex had done to you.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think you should say it's all your fault, but definitely taking responsibility for things that you know you've done wrong, then that is very mature.
Yeah, like I know that in the end, like no one's putting a gun to my head and saying like, drink this alcohol.
Yeah, I think everyone has their own struggles and everyone has their own demons. You can't control what happens to you, but you can control how you react to it. So I think if you live in a constant reminder of that whatever you're going through in your life right now, if something that hurt you and you have no control over it, you can still control how you react to it. You can control how you grow as a person. Get out there, like find hobbies, do things that like pass the time. For example, I like to watch YouTube videos to make me escape if I'm having anxiety because it calms me down. And I know a lot of people watch my videos for that reason. And I like that I'm able to do that for people because I know what it feels like. But sometimes the best thing is being one-on-one by myself, going for a walk, literally having nothing on me, no technology, and just meditation obviously, but trying to focus on my thoughts, focus on my breath, just focus on literally the moment. And it really helps me, especially if you do it like consistently. It's crazy. The mind is insane how much the mind controls. Like it's
everything's in your head.
I know.
How messed up is that to think that everything's in your head? If you're someone that cares a lot about what people think, something that's helping me kind of like get through it is you gotta like just remind yourself no one cares about you or thinks as much about you as you do with yourself. Let's say you do something and you're extremely embarrassed about it, that you did that. There's like people around to witness it or whatever, and you know people are gonna have their judgments. The best way to think of it or to come out of it is just to tell yourself what's done is done. The person's gonna think what they think and they're gonna move on. Like they're not gonna be overthinking it like you. Like it's done. You could be so hard on yourself and keep reminding yourself about it, and that other person that you're probably overthinking everything about
isn't thinking
I can't speak English right now.
No, I know. Okay, you know those moments where like you're in bed, it's middle of the night, and you think of something you did like years ago, and like you're cringing, or you're like so like, oh, I can't believe that happened. I bet you $1 million the person that witnessed it isn't in their bed thinking, oh my god, remember that time that like that person did that. Like
people have done things around me and like something that would embarrass me if I was in that predicament, and I haven't thought about it since. Like I don't care. Guys, look, we've got a shmoo. We've got a shmoo. Oh, he's a shmoo. But yeah, I'm sorry if it's long, but I just feel like this is like super real. I feel like you shouldn't even cut anything out.
Oh my god, I'm gonna have to cut a lot of things out because or else this is gonna be a 40-minute long vlog.
But keep in,
I'm gonna keep in as much as I can. Yeah. Just a lot of the pauses and the likes and like.
Oh, stuff like that, yeah, but keep in everything we spoke about. Don't cut that out.
I won't.
Super on it. Like if I saw people talking about actual real shit.
Yeah, well, that's why a lot of the times you like to watch mukbangers because they just like tell real shit.
Yeah. Look who it is!
He's chewing it on your butt. Oh, sorry. So to turn this gloominess into something positive, we are going to make a gingerbread house. We got this kit the other day, if you guys were watching the Vlogmas videos, and the three of us are gonna do it. And then I think Kyla's friend Eva might come afterwards, I don't know, but.
Did you show how much it's snowing outside?
Yeah, it's crazy. Actually, I don't think I showed it, but here you go. So look at the snow on our table. It's like there's so much. Over here, I think you could see it better. Wow. I like it. This video is going to be long.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Jack Frost nipping at your nose. Yuletide carols being sung by a choir. And folks dressed up like Eskimos.
So this is what we've done so far. We were stupid and didn't decorate the things before putting them up. But, and also these candies are falling through the roof at the top, meaning it's probably gonna fall.
It takes time to dry. You are supposed to do like piece by piece and give it time to dry.
I just wanna like,
oh, we forgot to put icing on the top of the chimney.
cute.
No!
It's because we're right over this and literally it's so hot right here. All this hot air is coming out of it, all the steam, it's melting all the icing.
I've never done a gingerbread house where that hasn't happened though, to be honest.
That is true. Guys, it's like a little Christmas miracle. Look at how much it snowed. It just snowed so much. It doesn't look that bad, but like I have a pretty high boot and when I put my foot, like it gets pretty buried. There's a lot of snow. But I mean, like from this angle, you can definitely see how much snow came down. It's like a little Christmas miracle. There's so much snow, our little snowman. Oh my God. I'm gonna shovel like a little path because it's finally died down. And I wanna make sure Kyla can get out okay when she leaves. So she's not like, you know, climbing through the snow to get to her car. So I'll make a little path. I'm not gonna do the whole thing, just in case it keeps going overnight. But my God, it snowed so much. Just in like the last 2 hours, it really picked up like crazy. So in that last clip, literally all I did was this and Boo's little entrance here. Let me get out of the light. I make a little entrance for him to go pee. Like some of the steps, but already look how much snow is falling down just in like 2 minutes of me doing it. It's Christmas Eve. But tomorrow we're celebrating Christmas with my family, so it's kind of like Christmas Eve. Look at all our presents and our tree twinkling. It's funny that it only twinkles at the top and on the inside. Did not evenly space that out, but it's so Christmassy. All right guys, that's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we're gonna see you tomorrow on Christmas Eve, so have a good night and give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe down below if you're new to the channel and you want to hang out with us. Have a wonderful day. Oh, Boo is excited. See you later. Bye.
It's the most beautiful time of the year. Lights fill the streets, spreading so much cheer.